So today I am going to sit down and share with you all of the numbers and figures that it costs to go on our Disney family vacation. Hey you guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to the Gold Project. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So if you did not know, we just got back from a surprise Disney family vacation. I will link some videos in the cards above, our surprise video, the Disney vlog, and my Disney haul. And probably the most common question that I have got asked since I got back was, how did we budget and how could we afford a Disney vacation? Now, I have told you guys that this has been planned for roughly 2 years. We decided at the beginning of 2018 that we were going. We booked our vacation, I think it was September of 2018. They have a window of like 480 days or something before that you could book the vacation. And then you guys, at the beginning of 2018 is when I started purchasing things. So we didn't actually get down to the money things until 2019. But backpacks and pens and water bottles, anything that we could purchase ahead of time, we did. So we seriously purchased a little bit every single month for 2 years. So today I'm going to break down all of the figures for you. I'm going to tell you how much our resort cost. I'm actually going to share with you the amount that is written on the receipt for the airfare for the resort, and then how much we were charged after we left. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to an overhead shot to where I break everything down. I want to share with you all of the figures and then how we actually made it happen. So we are going to break up this Disney budget into 3 separate categories. Now, I'm not considering any of the items that we purchased as gifts for the kids. This is straight the money that we had to pay for the trip itself, not all of the extras. So the first thing that we're going to look at is airfare. So I'm just gonna write everything down here and then we'll go section by section. So airfare was the first thing that we saved for, so we will look at that first. The second will be the resort itself. So that is, we had to have the resort paid off 1 month before we left. So everything was due by November 25th. Because we left December 26th. So I think it was November 25th that we had to have everything paid. And then last but not least, I am going to put down food and trip. And I'm putting food and trip because that has to do with all of the dining reservations, all of the meals that we had, any extras that we purchased, mousekeeping tips, all of that we are going to lump into food and trip. So we've got 3 sections that we are going to talk about, and we're going to start with the airfare. So for the airfare, I'm going to share with you first what this page looks like in my planner, in my budget planner from last year, just to kind of give you an idea of how I marked everything off. So this was the page that I used to pay everything off. Let me zoom in. There we go. So if you see, for the actual plane tickets and for the resort fees, all of that we started taking into account on June 10th. So for the airfare, and it's separated into 2 separate sections. The first one was airfare, and that was $2,064.00. I think I just kind of, no, it may have been exact actually. And that is round trip tickets through Southwest for me, my husband, and our 2 kids. So this was the amount. We charged it on a credit card and we paid it off as quickly as possible. So this is the amount that we were shooting to pay off first, and then we would pay for the next 2 things. So if you remember from my snowball video, I will put my budgeting snowball video at the very top in a card. We had saved up 2 different amounts for this year for the trip, and that was $550. So we had the 10th and then we had the 25th. So both of these amounts were different. And in total, we were supposed to have roughly $550 on the 10th and $350 on the 25th. Now, every single time that we put money towards this 2064 was at these totals right here, because we had other things that we had to pay. So overall, though, if you were to look at our snowball, we had $900. So we tried to use a majority of the $900 to pay everything off first, but there were some extra little fees here and there that we had to pay, and I cannot remember what exactly they were. But, and then there was one time that we actually paid over that. So going through here on June 10th, I'm going to zoom in. This is the actual sheet that I used for this budget. So for the $2,064, this other stuff down here, all of the resort, the food and the trip stuff here, none of this was paid. We left that to the very end, especially since the resort did not have to be paid until we went to the trip a month before, which was November. And then the food stuff, that really did not have to even be paid until we got home from the trip this month in January. So the airfare, we charged that $2,064. So June 10th, we paid $450. June 25th, $250. So if you look here, yes, the amounts for the 10th was supposed to be $550. We did $450 because I think we still owed some on my husband's dental work that he had done at the end of 2018. Then $250 on the 25th, and I think once again we had a medical bill that we had to take care of. July 25th was $250, and then by the time the 25th rolled around, we had got it down to $664. And then we went in on August 10th and we paid the rest of the amount for the airfare, which was $664. And if you look here, we had only allotted for $550 for our snowball, but we felt it was very important to go ahead and put $664 to pay off the airfare so we could start working on the resort fees. So we pushed it through. We applied the $664 to my credit card. We put everything on my credit card because I have a Disney credit card. So when I put money on my Disney credit card, I do get points back, and I actually cash those out for use at Disney. If you've not seen my Disney haul video, I'll put a link in a card above. That's how I was able to get all of those items that I purchased there. So this is how we did it. This was all the snowball thing. So basically, anytime that we have something on a budget, if we pay it off, it stays on the budget. It just goes to help pay something else off. So after August 10th, we had the airfare paid off, which was the $2,064. And then we go down and we pay for the resort. Now, the resort had two different elements in it. It was not only the resort fees, but it was also for our park tickets. So for those things, we owed $2,942.74. Now this amount here started off over $3,000. And remember, this is for, and I think it's an 8-day stay. So we stayed from December 26th through January 2nd. So this was for the resort and our park tickets for 5 days. Back in September of 2018, when we booked our rooms, we had to put down $200 per room. So that's why this is not at $3,000, because of the $200 deposit that did come off of the amount at the end. So on August 25th, we started attacking this right here. We wanted to have it all done by the 25th of November so I could pay all of it and not charge any of it on the credit card. So you guys, we had mapped all of this out before we even got to this budget planner, to be honest. It was all, the figures were written down on a piece of paper so that we would know, okay, we need to push a little bit more this month, kind of like on the August 10th. We paid more than we had written down on our snowball. We just kind of made our budget at the house really tight during that pay period. So if you see down here, the 25th, this is where we actually go and we apply the amounts that we wrote down here. So on the 25th, that is our $350 amount here. So we had $350, September 10th, $550, the 25th of September, $350. Then October 1st, we put $361.50. And I'm trying to think of why I did the $361.50. I want to say maybe I had a return on something, and instead of just putting that back into my checking account, I actually applied it to this right here. I think that's what happened. Then we get $350 on October 25th. And you guys, I just decided on October 25th, we had some money in our savings account. I just went ahead on the 25th and pulled $331.24 out of our savings and paid off the trip. So the resort was paid for by October 25th. So that paycheck paid off the entire resort. So we accumulated that money from August 25th to October 25th. And that is the breakdown of how we paid for that. So once that was paid for, then the rest was basically our amounts that we were going to take as cash and as just sitting in the checking account for us to apply it when we got home. So at this point, we have the November 10th check. We have the November 25th check. We have December 10th and December 25th. So all of these, we've got 4 pay periods that we can work for our cash and for the money to apply to dining, food, and any extras. So on the 10th, we had $550. On the 25th is $350, and that was the same thing down here. So the $550 and the $350. So altogether, we had $900 that we saved each one of those months. So that sent us to Disney with $1,800. So before we went on the trip, I did go to the bank and I took out $500. We didn't want to take a ton of money with us, but we needed cash for mousekeeping. We did leave a tip every single day. And also we wanted cash for, you know, if you're in the airport and you want a coffee or a donut or some snacks. If we needed to tip anybody, we wanted some cash with us. So I went and I cashed out $500. So that left us with $1,300 that we could apply to my credit card when we came home. So we used our Magic Band for the entire trip. So all you do with your Magic Band is when you're paying for something, they'll just scan your Magic Band and it will put you with an amount at your resort. When you leave, the resort will tell you how much you owe, and you're supposed to have a credit card on file. Well, I put my credit card and not my debit card because when traveling, it's just safer to use your credit card instead of your debit card than just pay it off when you get home. So when I did that, our amount that we owed for foods, dining, anything that we used our Magic Band to pay for, $1,264.20. So when we came home from our trip and they had applied the $1,264.20 to my credit card, I applied that $1,300 to my credit card, which was over the amount that we owed. So we were able to walk away from our Disney vacation owing zero money. So in total, let me share with you, just in case you want to know all of the numbers together. I'm going to pull back this sheet here and I'm going to tell you, which I really didn't want to do this. My husband wanted to do this and I'm like, I don't want to know how much we paid, but I'm going to do it for y'all. So for airfare, that was $2,064. For the resort, that was, I'm just going to say $3,000. Just to round it on up because we did have that $200 deposit. And then I am going to say the $1,800 here because remember I did the $500 in cash. So that puts the total of our Disney trip at $6,864, which seems like a lot of money just looking at it like that. But the fact that we were able to save all of that money before we went to the trip helped a lot. And it does not seem bad right now. So I can look at this amount and not be like gasping because we did not charge this $6,864. And I will tell you that we had such an amazing time that we're already planning our next trip. So that is how we planned and saved for our Disney family vacation, and we were able to come home with owing zero for the vacation. So the common question is going to be, are there any additional questions that you have for me about money and Disney and our trip and just about anything dealing with Disney? I do have room to do one more Q&A video to cover anything that I did not cover in these videos. So definitely leave that in the comments below. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.